My name is Lisa and I'm a working housewife. Recently, I registered my marriage with Jeffrey, whom I had been dating for about a year. Since then, we've been living with his parents.
Oh, Lisa, did you make this potato salad from scratch?
Yes. Did it not suit your taste?
Not at all. I was just surprised because it's so delicious.
Indeed, it must have been hard to make, and it tastes this good.
Oh, not at all, thank you very much.
See, Lisa's cooking is delicious, isn't it?
Why are you so smug about it?
Well, of course I want to boast about having a wife who's a good cook, right?
Thanks, Jeffrey, but it's actually quite easy to make, you know? I just heated up the potatoes in the microwave.
Is that so? Maybe I should ask you for the recipe next time.
Ha ha ha. Looks like we'll be having this delicious potato salad on the dinner table for a while.
Being blessed with a reliable husband like Jeffrey and kind in-laws, I found myself feeling thankful for getting married every day. After living with my in-laws for a while, my mother and sister Kathleen came to visit.
Hello there, pleased to meet you all today.
It's been a while, everyone. Lisa is always in your care.
Welcome, both of you. We've been expecting you.
We're always the ones being taken care of by Lisa.
Seriously, marrying Lisa was the greatest happiness in my life. Come on, let's have you both come in.
Jeffrey, I've missed you. Hasn't it been since the wedding? I wish we could have met sooner.
Kathleen, what do you think you're doing?
Sis, could you not make eyes at another woman's husband, please? Kathleen seemed to have taken quite a liking to Jeffrey, blatantly flirting with him despite me being around. Ever since she was a child, Kathleen had the type of personality that always wanted what she couldn't have, often causing trouble for her mother. It seems that this aspect of her personality is still very much alive now that she's grown up, and I was simply dumbfounded. A few months later, Jeffrey, who was initially very kind, gradually began to show signs of irritability.
Hey, Lisa, what's with today's food? It's not tasty at all.
I see. I'm sorry if it didn't suit your taste.
No, it's not about suiting my taste or not, it's just not tasty. What were you thinking, serving food like this?
I didn't mean.
Hey, Jeffrey. How could you say such a thing when you're being served a meal?
Exactly. Today's meal is as delicious as ever. Saying it's not tasty, and in that manner, you're the one who's wrong.
Ha! What the hell is that? There's no right or wrong in whether food tastes good or not. Both of you siding with Lisa, whatever, thanks for the meal.
From then on, I tried to get closer to Jeffrey, but I was continuously rejected and days passed where I didn't know how to interact with him. 1 week later, when I came home from work, there was a completed divorce paper on the table in the room. In confusion, I called Jeffrey to ask for the reason. Hello, Jeffrey? There's something I want to ask.
Oh, Lisa? What do you want to ask Jeffrey?
Sis. Why are you answering Jeffrey's phone?
Hello? You probably get it, right? I've decided to date Kathleen.
What? Date?
Yeah, so that's why we're getting a divorce. I've already packed my things and moved out.
Wait, Jeffrey, what on earth are you talking about?
Don't you get it? You've been dumped, Lisa. It's just that I can make Jeffrey happier than you can. What a shame, huh?
Well, that's the gist of it. Thanks for everything until now. See you.
Wait, hold on. He hung up. Jeffrey and Kathleen both just said what they wanted and hung up. When I explained the situation to my in-laws who rushed in, they both were at a loss for words. My furious in-laws and mother tried to call them, but neither of them would pick up. 13 years later, while I was busy at work, my cell phone rang, and without checking the screen, I answered.
Hey Lisa, it's been a while. You doing okay?
Who is this?
It's me. Don't tell me you forgot your ex-husband's voice.
Are you doing well? Your lovely sister is here too.
Jeffrey. Kathleen. So, what do you want now?
Look, can you just move out of my parents' house because you're in the way?
Wait, move out.
Exactly what I said. We'll be there in an hour. If you're at work, hurry back and get your things.
If you come home after us, we won't let you in, you know.
Don't tell me you two are heading to Jeffrey's parents' house right now?
It's futile trying to stop us. It's my house. It's only natural I go there. Don't try to make it a problem.
But why would you contact me at the last minute like this?
Hey, you're still angry about that time? It's been 13 years. Unlike you, I'm sure Mother and the others will forgive us.
But we don't need you. The house will be too crowded. It's too bad you'll have no place to go.
Do you two really think that? Besides, that house is.
Well, that's the situation. I'm about to bring my wife home, so get out of my parents' house.
Get out, get out.
With that, Jeffrey and Kathleen unilaterally hung up the call. I then left work early and contacted a few people. An hour later.
What's going on here?
Hey Jeffrey, are we in the right place?
Yes, this is the neighborhood where I grew up. There's no way I could be wrong.
Then why is the plot where Jeffrey's house was completely vacant?
Well, isn't it obvious? Your parents moved out and had the house demolished.
Lisa. Hey, what's going on? Weren't Mother and the others still living here?
You two really didn't know anything, did you? It's unfortunate you had to find out this way right after getting back, isn't it?
What's that? Why didn't you tell us?
That's right. If Jeffrey's house wasn't here, we wouldn't have come all this way.
How self-serving of you to say that after you vanished without a word. Besides, we're strangers now, aren't we? I have no obligation to tell you anything.
What's this? Are you trying to get back at us? Holding a grudge over something that happened so many years ago is so petty. To begin with, calling us strangers is an overstatement. Well, it's fine. We'll get help from Mother. From your father-in-law and mother-in-law, too.
I never knew Lisa could be this nasty. I made the right choice dumping her. There's no getting anywhere talking to her. Let's just contact Mother and the others right away.
You really don't know anything, do you? I wonder if that's a blessing in some ways.
Hey, cut it out with the suggestive comments.
Well, you'll only be able to say such things for now. Once Mother and the others come to our aid, you'll be the one feeling miserable.
Aren't you ashamed to be relying on your parents at your age? Besides, I wonder if there really are people who would be willing to help you too. Jeffrey and Kathleen, visibly frustrated by my words, tried to retort. And then.
What brings you two back here after all this time?
Father, thank God. We were just about to come see you.
Don't call me father. You have no right to address me as such.
What's wrong, Father? Why are you saying such harsh things?
Why, you ask? Put your hand on your heart and think about it. You see, we've cut ties with the both of you. Even if you come back now, it's just a nuisance for us.
Cut ties? No, even Mother is saying such harsh things.
Oh, me too. I disowned you a long time ago. You're nothing more than a stranger to me now, aren't you, Kathleen?
No, even Mother. What's this? Some kind of new prank?
Why would we need to stage such an elaborate prank for your sake? Do you understand now? You're the ones without a place to return to. Jeffrey and Kathleen, having learned they had been disowned by their parents. Initially shocked, their expressions gradually grew stern.
What's the meaning of this? This is absurd. How can you just cut ties like that unilaterally? We didn't hear anything about this.
That's right. What do you think your own children are? Disowning us without even a phone call, isn't that a bit too much no matter what?
Of course, people who would drop like Jeffrey do have a different way of speaking. Anyway, who was it that didn't answer our phone calls in the first place? You were the ones who cut off the relationship first.
Yes, we were merely respecting your decision. In fact, we'd like you to praise us for accepting your choice.
We don't need people in our house who would trample on Lisa's feelings. Regardless of whether we can contact you or not, there is no path for you other than disownment.
Don't mess with us. Are you saying it's our fault? There's such a thing as a soulmate, right? We just happened to meet late, that's all.
Cutting ties over something like this in this day and age, you're failing as parents.
If we're failing as parents, then you're indeed nothing more than strangers.
How brazen you are to judge us while turning a blind eye to your own actions.
The audacious ones are you. Your child, who was out of touch, has come home. Normally, you'd welcome them with open arms. Yet you push us away on your own.
If you insist on cutting ties with us, we can go along with that. But listen, in exchange for going along with your decision, give us severance pay, severance pay.
Don't joke around. We told you that you were the ones who unilaterally severed the relationship. Don't make demands after you've decided to come back after all this time.
Hey, why did you suddenly start asking for money? You've been making strange arguments since a while ago, but could it be that you just want money? Upon my words, Jeffrey and Kathleen froze for a moment.
Yeah, that's right. We're in trouble because of debt.
I'm flabbergasted. So you were throwing a tantrum to get money out of us?
Our lives are at stake here. There's no reason for you to be flabbergasted. You get it, right? The only time someone who's been out of touch shows up is usually when they're short on money. I was planning to get by selling stuff from my parents' house. What are you going to do about it?
Well, how about you just get a job like everyone else?
Enough of this. We'll go to my parents' house then. Even if we have to pick the lock or break a window, we're getting in.
Stop it. That's a crime, you know.
There's no crime in returning to my own home, right?
I wouldn't put it past you to actually do it. So I'll tell you now, I don't live in that house anymore. I'm living with Lisa now. Another family lives in that house. So definitely don't go there.
You've got your bases covered, huh? Well, fine, I still have other plans. Lisa, remarry me. I'll pretend the engagement with Kathleen never happened. I didn't want to resort to this, but I don't have the luxury of choosing other means.
Yeah, that's right. It's annoying, but there's no other way out, is there? You understand, Lisa? I'm letting go of Jeffrey for you, so be grateful.
As Jeffrey and Kathleen boastfully made those remarks, we all stood dumbfounded.
Whoa there, that's an unreasonable proposition. I'm Lisa's current husband. I have no intention whatsoever of welcoming you two back.
What? Lisa, you got remarried.
Even if I were single, do you really think I'd want to remarry after what just happened?
What? I'm offering to remarry you.
You're really something. I could learn a thing or two from your optimism.
Hey, you there? Want me to let you in on the secret to being so positive?
Whoa, back off. Don't get so close.
But you're just so handsome. I know. How about Lisa remarries Jeffrey, and I remarry Noah? Doesn't that sound lovely?
Wah. Hey, Kathleen. What are you saying so boldly in front of your husband?
Well, you were the one who tried to cheat first, weren't you? If that's the case, I can't go along with it unless there's something in it for me too.
Bah. I had no choice but to consider it in order to save our lives. You're just shamelessly flirting with a handsome guy.
Well, I have a disease that makes me unable to resist handsome men. If you're upset, you should be upset with your own face for not being as handsome as Noah's.
Enough is enough. Take your ridiculous banter elsewhere. I refuse to let you two interfere with my life anymore. Don't ever contact us again. I raised my voice in frustration at the pointless quarrel started by Jeffrey and Kathleen.
Wait, Lisa, did you hear our conversation just now? We're in a bad spot if we can't pay back our debt. Don't say harsh things like don't contact us.
That's not my problem. I don't know why you got into debt, but it's your own doing.
What's with that tone? You're my sister, aren't you? Why would you say something so dismissive? You're not saying you're going to cut ties with us too, are you?
Of course. Don't you even understand that without me spelling it out for you?
There's no way she'd consider the men who abandoned her and Jeffrey as family.
I didn't realize Lisa was such a heartless person. I misjudged you.
Who are you to say that? If anyone's heartless, it's you.
You've really turned into a horrible person since we last saw you.
Ha! Are you sure you want to say that to me right now? I told you, our living situation is precarious. We're ready to do anything.
That's right. We'll use any means necessary, like a copy of your family register, to track down where you live and show up.
Wow, are they planning to stalk us?
A family register can be obtained if you're blood related, and it records changes of address. Blood is thicker than water. Don't think you can easily escape from us.
I bet you haven't even taken any precautions, have you? It's too bad for you, you can't get away from us.
Damn it, we can't escape from this.
Calm down, Noah. If that happens, we'll just report it to the police.
If they barge in, it'll be trespassing. Well, it seems like we can handle this.
Wah! Are you saying you'd report your own family to the police?
It's not a matter of selling out. If strangers try to find our home and visit us, it's clearly a matter for the police.
If they persistently chase us, there's a system that prevents us from giving out our address. Well, it's originally meant for stalking and such. It might not be usable unless it's quite serious.
What? Are you calling us stalkers?
On top of that, you're demanding money. You're something far worse than a common stalker.
I wonder if you understand what cutting ties means.
You want to push us away that badly.
Again, please don't make us repeat ourselves. You were the ones who cut ties with us first.
Just because it's convenient for you now doesn't mean we're going to re-establish those ties. Don't think that you can rely on your former relatives whenever you're in trouble in the future.
We will live strongly, just the two of us.
What? There's nowhere to turn. What am I going to do about this debt?
There's really nothing we can do, is there?
And so, Jeffrey and Kathleen left, their shoulders slumped in despair. Unable to see a way to repay their debt after being abandoned by the family they had counted on, the two decided to pack up and flee in the night. Although they ran far away, their irresponsible characters, which had led them to debt in the first place, didn't allow them to work in their new place, and they ended up in debt again. For a while, they managed to survive by repeating this cycle, but eventually, they were caught by debt collectors. Thus, Jeffrey and Kathleen, imprisoned and laden with a massive debt, were forced to do hard physical labor in a remote mountain area, living a harsh life without any luxuries. As for us,
I'm home. Oh man, I'm starving.
welcome back, Noah. I'll get dinner ready right away.
Noah, you're always more hungry than tired, aren't you?
Now that you mention it, you always say you're hungry when you come home.
Well, Lisa's cooking is so good, I can't help it.
Thank you. Does that mean you don't find Mother's cooking tasty?
Oh no, Noah, that's terrible.
Hey, no one said anything like that, right? It's just that there's always delicious food waiting for me, so I naturally get hungry.
Since then, we've been living our usual peaceful days. Although we're not struggling financially, both my husband and I work. Still, I always make sure to prepare the meals, preparing for the day when we have a child and I become a full-time housewife. Even though Mother tells me I don't have to do all the cooking, I don't want my skills to dull for when I really need them, so I continue to cook. Perhaps thanks to that, Noah always looks forward to my cooking, and I'm motivated every day to prepare even more delicious meals. And so, surrounded by our precious family, we continued to live our peaceful daily life.